Welcome back, media junkies.
Does it sound different?
Does it sound different? Does it sound better? Does it?
Do we sound
are you
dumber?
happier? Can you tell that we are happier?
Yes.
I want you to be happier.
We're in person.
We are in person today for a very special, probably longer than usual episode. It's
Woo!
A nice little
gonna be a chunky one.
yeah, probably one of our longest ones.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's
Hopefully.
cool. Excited.
But first,
Small talk.
small talk. Yeah.
Well, okay. I'm really, because I know you already talked about it on live stream, obviously,
Mhm.
but I want to hear your just general thoughts on Persona 5, the little bit
5.
you've played.
Okay, a little bit I've played. Pretty good so far. Obviously nothing like jaw dropping yet.
Not yet.
It's still really good though. I'm still already like pretty into it.
Mhm.
I already have the urges to like
Yes.
stream again and get more into
There's and there's a lot of like threads that you're already picking up on, which I didn't even pick up on when I played, like about like
Yeah.
the track team and stuff.
it. Mhm.
I just was not.
No, the story is pretty interesting.
It
so
is
far.
interesting, and it gets even more interesting.
That's
And
And
good.
at first, I started liking it ironically as like
Mhm.
a joke. Like I was just making fun of the characters, but then like I slowly started to love
Yeah.
it, and now it's like my second favorite game of all time.
Yeah.
It's really
Very
good.
cool.
And I finished it also in between the last episode and this episode,
Mhm.
and tearjerker for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely cried at the end.
Cool,
Definitely
cool.
my favorite playthrough I think I've ever done of a video game
Wow.
because of the way it was done. It
Yeah.
was just really iconic. And
Mhm.
my brother and I, as we've grown older, our interest in games has really drifted apart. Like we really like completely different games.
Yeah.
But this is the one game that he and I both love from like the depths of our hearts. Like,
Yeah.
it's really weird,
Mhm.
but it's nice because when going into college, it kind of eased the burden
Mhm.
of not being able to be around my siblings all the time and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah.
little thing we could connect on for like an hour or two every night.
Very cool. Very cool.
I'm excited,
Well, I'm excited to continue the journey.
I am too, and I'm glad that you can keep doing it over winter break because I'm not going to be able to play any games over winter break on my PC.
That's true. That's
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna live
Yeah.
vicariously through you playing
Right.
Persona 5.
And I will be probably streaming a lot during winter
Yes,
break. So I'm excited.
yes.
We'll get lots of progress.
And then
done
what I'll be doing
Yeah.
is probably just. be
I
sitting
do
there
like your
doing
idea of doing a full arc in one stream. But this arc is split up in a weird way, so I think you should probably save that for another one.
Yeah.
Different arc.
it. Yeah, definitely.
I don't even know about that. I also just kind of wanted to do like a long
Just a
stream
longer
that
one,
I've
yeah.
been doing like a 4 or 5 hour.
Mhm.
And again, that game is best. But I mean, an occasional longer session is good.
Mhm.
That game is definitely best in like small chunks. Though.
Right.
Yeah.
Even like people always say this, and I think it's very true. Like on the loading screen, I don't know if you noticed, it literally says "take your time"
Oh yeah.
on the loading screen every time because it's trying to say like
I'm
don't.
sure. I'm sure the longer sessions will come naturally once it gets
Yes.
good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother and I, like, there's one session we just did not want to get off. We stayed up to like midnight playing.
Yeah. Also, I was gonna ask. I was curious. Which I was gonna save it for one of the streams, but I'll just ask now. Did the entire is it like Deltarune where it dropped like arc by arc, or did the entire game
Entire game
just-
come out at once.
the entire
Yeah.
thing?
Mhm.
That's
they
crazy,
cooked, dude. They went crazy with
That's
this one.
insane.
Okay, also a few things too. The combat is a little bit to get used to, but I think that you're starting to get the hang of it. Once you get used to it, I think that you'll really
Mhm.
be better. It's all about aiming for the weak points
crazy
and
how
getting
good
those
I
extra moves so you can just keep comboing
Yeah.
the enemies basically.
It's crazy how good I am.
It's almost scary how good
Or
I
it's
am.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing vocal stems from this game for a while.
Yeah.
It's scary how good I am.
Well, I'm very excited. I'm excited for the dating sim aspect of it.
Yeah. So the dating sim also, like, if you say the wrong thing, you don't get to romance them. So I used like a guide to romance the person I wanted to romance.
Okay.
Which was the girl in the red. You met her. Was the girl in the red hair when she was like, "Please take my seat," and like a random guy sat down
Oh,
and he
okay.
took a
Also
nap.
the-
He was like, "Wow, what speed!"
Yeah.
Never
anyway.
mind. I was gonna say also, but then you'd have to catch on that yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a
'Cause-
sneaky secret with her that you didn't pick up on, so we weren't going to say anything.
Oh, interesting.
But,
okay.
it-
Maybe I'll watch it back and
If you watch it back, you'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh,
yeah. Interesting. But sounds pretty good. Anything else? Any other?
Red
small
Dead
talk?
Redemption, I played like a little bit, and
Yep.
I'm back onto the
What?
train.
That was very
It's
fun.
very chill game to play on stream. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I even put one of my tags was just chatting because
Mhm.
it kind of feels like that a little
I
bit.
definitely
Ooh.
suggest like if you want to like explore the game to its fullest extent and do some side stuff, you can totally do that like off stream.
Yeah, that's what I'm probably gonna do.
because I
Mhm.
definitely want to see like the bigger moments and stuff.
Yeah,
off
that's
stream.
why I did most of the main quests that
Mhm.
stream. Cause
Yeah.
but I want to say like I don't really know because I wish I hadn't had such a big gap because I forget what like quests I had that were ongoing. But I think I cleared them all up before I started playing Persona.
Yeah. So the
You got Micah.
You mentioned the one where you went and fought all the gunslingers. That one's not over yet.
Yeah.
It comes back way later on.
Okay, so yeah, because I found all the gunslingers, but then I
Mhm.
couldn't. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Got that. Understood.
Um.
Message received.
Yep.
Message
So
Uh,
received.
I don't know. I mostly what I'm doing is I'm just
Calling me.
no.
Yes.
No. I mean, Luke played Balin's
We
Wonderworld.
played
Is
Balan
that
Wonderworld.
It's a really bad,
Like
really
top-
bad
top 10
game.
worst games of all time.
Really?
And it's co-op.
It's
Oh wow.
actually horrendously bad.
I'll
So
show you might have seen it. I'll show you a picture of it.
Okay.
the game, when we played the gameplay, or when we were playing the game, I can't like move the screen. It's not split screen. Just follows his screen. It just follows everything he does. Everything he moves, the screen moves with it.
Oh.
But
Four out of
whenever
10.
I move, I just go off screen completely.
Yeah,
So you
nice.
can't see where I am.
And also, whenever he and I touch each other in the game, like sorry, whenever we like
Get close to each other. We get
Yeah.
too close to each other. We just like start like we like stick together
get stuck to each other,
and we start
just-
walking together.
We have to walk like in sync. Like,
Nice.
okay, let me show you. You might have
But
seen this.
That way I can actually like move. And there's also certain powers where the second player just cannot get. And there's also powers where you just can't jump at all.
Do you remember this at all?
Oh, I think I've seen that.
Yeah,
before.
it was really like famous when it came up for being
Yeah.
horrible. Like Alpha Rad played it. and-
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, it's really fun. And then what was the other thing? One manga day.
One manga day.
The worst visual novel of all time. And also, I love Sonic now, but that's I mean that's really neither here nor there. I met him. Did you see my picture of me meeting him and talking?
Yeah, he
did,
met
yeah.
he met Sonic. I'm playing through some older, I should say, Pokemon games that I have on my Switch because I want to go through and get a shiny charm on each game that I own on my Switch, and then maybe go back. Probably not do that on my older games on my 3DS because. At least on my Switch, I have like other games where I can like send them through. So I already have a good chunk of
You can send them between
Pokemon.
the games.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Right now I'm playing Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl because that's a big chunk of Pokemon. That's 490 Pokemon right there in just one game.
Do all the
Trying to
games?
catch them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch them all.
Can all the games
Create
go
a
between each other?
right now Legend ZA you can't send Pokemon or you can't move any Pokemon yet, that'll have access next year. But yeah, good thing I actually have two Switches, or I have my original Switch and I have this new Switch because I can do trade evolutions without having like to bother my friend or anything like that. I just realized that.
Trade with your own self.
Yeah, I have. Well, I have one account that has like that just kind of started the game with what's it called? With nothing. So then I can just trade to that whenever I need to do a trade evolution because Pokemon you need to have trade evolutions in the game. You don't.
I don't know
need
what
them.
any of this stuff means. I'll never understand
don't either.
Pokemon.
But yeah, I just want to complete the Pokedex because I think it'd be kind of fun, and I've never really focused on that. I kind of
You know what?
mostly just focused on playing the games.
I believe in you. And you want to know why?
Why?
Because I'm doing the same thing with Persona. I'm going through and getting all the Personas.
Nice. The only two games I've ever completed the Pokedex in, like the in-game Pokedex, was Pokemon's Legend Arceus and Pokemon
Scarlet.
Nope, that's 1,000 Pokemon,
That's a
which is why I'm doing Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl
Pokemon
first.
Blue, Red, Green.
That actually is
Yeah.
the name of some games.
I watched Game Girls play Pokemon Red. That's like
Yeah.
my most knowledge I have.
But after I'm done with Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, I'm probably gonna send them to Scarlet, so then I can, or not Scarlet. Why are
Sorry,
you staring at me like
didn't
that? So then I
my
can
resting face.
make the living Pokedex in those. Living Dex is basically you catch every single Pokemon. Like you own every single Pokemon and you have it in like the PC boxes. Like you just keep them in there.
Wow.
It's really fun, which is what I want to do so I can get the shiny charm in all
It'd be
games.
cool if when you got all the Pokemon in the game, Nintendo sent you a little letter that was like, "Good job."
Yeah.
You get a thing called a shiny charm, which makes getting shinies easier, which are a little fun little thing. Like, hey,
Well, yeah.
you did this really thing. You spent hours of your life playing Pokemon, and now you can get a different variant of that Pokemon in a different color, or the same Pokemon in a different color.
How long on average do you think that whole process takes? Like hours and hours.
Yes, I started.
Yes.
I think I currently have been playing for a few hours by now. I don't know how many hours exactly, but it takes a while to like.
Do you think
do
it'll
all that
take
stuff.
longer than beating Persona 5 Royal?
Yes, actually, it will.
Really?
Yes.
More than 100 hours.
Yes, more than 100 hours, depending on how lucky you can get with getting all the Pokemon.
Well, Godspeed.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks, brother.
Also, there's challenges I want to do later on where I want to like just play the game with only shiny Pokemon. So if I can get the shiny charm in one game that I can send the Pokemon to other games, get the shiny charm then, and then I can lower my chances or actually higher my chances of getting shiny Pokemon. So I don't have to sit there for like 30 weeks just trying to get one Pokemon that's shiny for no reason.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Very cool.
I'm
It's
a
called
shiny
challenge
Pokemon.
runs.
All of our Pokemon fans, they
eating.
appreciate this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Um,
love Pokemon.
What the?
That was a
Did your
squeak.
mic just squeak?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I moved it.
Screams.
It needs to be oiled.
Yeah.
Give
Lubed
me
up.
WD-40.
Yeah.
Give me some WD-40.
So I don't really have any small talk. I don't think.
We
well,
already talked about Persona. What else?
Well, yeah.
how about you stop being stupid?
I finished the first
I'm
Witcher
sorry.
book. I guess I could talk about that.
Oh, you did.
The ending was like,
How does that one end?
yeah, it just ends with like Siri and Yennefer like, all right, we're gonna go out. I forget where they're going.
As you can,
Oh, they're just going out training basically. They're
Okay.
they're leaving Mother.
Yeah.
House
as you
or
can
named
see
Neck
here,
Mm-hmm.
the interrogator uses the nanana boo boo technique.
What are you talking about? Anyway, he leaves, or they leave and like, all right, we'll be back, Mother Naneki. And she's like, all right, be safe, and then the book ends. It's
Yeah.
like, okay.
It's very abrupt ending.
Yeah, it's a
but
very abrupt ending. And then
Really?
I guess I'll just read the second book.
It gets very good. Are you
Yeah.
in the second book?
Yeah,
yet?
I read like the first few pages. of the
Oh
second
yeah,
book,
he
and
is
it's
in the
about, like,
second book. You know, they wrote him into the book. You
I'm
know?
in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a top-headed gentleman.
Mm.
No, the first like bit of the book is like I read like the first half of the first chapter because the chapters are pretty long, and the character I forget his name, but he's like the messenger guy, and he's really cool. I like him.
The messenger.
It's like from his perspective, and he's like
Oh, okay.
delivering because he's like in the middle of all like the political.
Oh, I know exactly what. Ooh, that's a good chapter.
It's the first chapter.
Yep.
What's his name?
I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Bilbo
It's-
Baggins.
It's like I remember.
No.
Was it like apple?
No.
or something? I remember something with an apple in that chapter.
Yeah. That's his name. Apple.
Apple.
It was
yeah.
Apple Gray.
Oh, Ryuk.
Maybe I shouldn't look it up.
You guys are talking about Death Note.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Ryuk does like to eat apples.
Mhm.
Like I still gotta finish that.
Anyways, you were what are you talking about? I don't know what you guys are talking
Hey, you know what? I will say that conversation we just had was, since you talked about Pokemon, we didn't understand.
Yeah.
We talked about book, and you don't understand. So now we're
That's
even.
true.
Well, I don't even know what book you guys are talking
The
about.
Witcher.
Oh, The Witcher. Should have
Which
known.
I told my brother that The Witcher. I was reading The Witcher. And he's like, "Oh, there's a Netflix show," and I was like, and I was like,
We've already talked about that. I'm pretty sure on the podcast
did.
like
That
a
was-
long time ago.
So as of now, I've read, or I've consumed all the recent recs from that episode.
Really?
That's true.
Yeah.
I haven't because I don't read
And
books.
I'm telling you, I think out of all of us, I take in the most recommendations, but I also give out the most recommendations.
That's true.
I tend to recommend a lot of things. I realize that, but then I'm like, no, it's fine because I also
I just like gatekeeping.
I do. Why? You're on this podcast.
You just
I
don't
like to-
telling people
I like to
about your things.
gatekeep. Well, most of the stuff that I play, you guys wouldn't really play. Pokemon, you guys don't.
Yeah,
you guys
I'm not
wouldn't
a
play
Kinda
Pokemon.
like
Persona.
Pokesona. You should make the.
Oh, that actually,
That would go hard.
that has to be
Like
a
it's a
thing.
Persona game, all the Personas are Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure that
But that's a mod.
there's definitely a mod
There
someone
is a
did.
mod. I've seen it. I think I like how in this Discord we just have a picture of the Subway Slammer and
Yeah.
then
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
the Willy
say.
Wonka Chocolate Factory. game
That
for
really bad
PlayStation
video
2.
game.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Anyways,
Okay.
good small talk, everybody.
That was
Forget
really
the
bad
small
small talk. I hated it.
Okay, now we're
Um,
gonna.
Yeah. So for today, if it's not already obvious, we're reading some creepy pasta.
Should we start
You.
the call in Discord, but I mute everything?
We're not calling this.
Yeah, we're not calling on Discord,
I'm sending
stupid
you the
head.
link,
Oh.
and then you guys are gonna click the link.
God, this
You're
guy's
gonna read
stupid.
along.
Sorry, I'm so used to doing online version. I'm
Guys, is this guy dumb or is he
I
dumb?
shot my phone. Don't worry about it.
I was wondering what that was.
Is this
Um,
guy dumb or is he dumb?
Yeah, a little both.
It's weird seeing you. I just because it's weird seeing. Like,
I hate
words come
seeing
out of
your
guys'
face.
Mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you leave actually?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
speak from the other room.
Yeah,
please.
go out of there.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
leave.
Anyway, focus up.
So I've got 8 stories today, of varying length,
I don't have to think.
and varying quality probably because they are recent no sleep posts that some of them, have a decent amount of updates,
I knew you were gonna say that.
and
I knew it.
others not so much.
Down doots. They have
Yeah,
down doots.
but all of these I chose because the titles sound interesting. I have not read them. I don't know if they're good, so it's not my fault if they're not. But the titles.
What if?
sound
Okay, so
interesting.
there was a really big incident with Creepcast where they read one, but it ended with like. It ended with like.
a slur.
No, not a slur, but it ended with like one of the crime that Hunter hates the most out of anything,
Oh.
and it was like
Oh,
and they-
well, we'll see, I guess.
The one that starts with what letter does it start with?
you know the one, and I'm not gonna say it on the
There's
podcast.
two of them. You can say one of the letter. You can say the letter that it starts with at
Bad,
least.
probably something related with children.
Yep.
I imagine.
Okay, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
No, but now the audience
Well,
knows
'cause
what
I
it is.
didn't know if
I'm trying
it
to
was-
keep it vague.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Oh no, they know what. I'm pretty sure most of our audience knows what that crime
Yeah,
is.
my
But
sister.
so I think
Yeah, she
Luke and I
doesn't.
primarily are going to be the one handing it off.
Yeah.
We can do every other story, I guess, and read it. But for this first one, there is some dialogue. So Hunter, I would like you to join in
I don't wanna.
play a character. Luke, you can play the other character. Since
I do
I'm
a-
narrating this one?
Okay.
I
There's
do
two
a-
characters.
I think I'm not sure. I haven't read it, so I don't know if these are like all different characters. What's going on?
I
We'll see.
can't do
This
a goofy
This
voice.
could be really good or really bad.
Yeah,
I
we're-
can't do
we're
a
gonna-
goofy voice.
We're gonna do this as we go. But here we go. I'm gonna throw it in here.
What if it's like Sonic High School levels of like?
Yeah. Okay. I hope not.
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Wow.
Here you go. So this story,
Wait,
our,
which one?
our flight attendants had us
Okay.
close the blinds. They insist it's mandatory. They're panicked and talking about some upcoming turbulence.
Okay, I read one very similar. I actually listened to a Creepcast episode that was very similar. So.
Okay. I kind of
Ooh.
got spoiled a little bit for what this one is about, but I haven't read it, so
Okay.
it might be different. Than
I
what I'm
think I
thinking.
saw a swear word in there.
December
Yeah, there's
2023
swear
winner.
words.
So this is an older one. It just got reposted, I guess.
I guess so.
By
Yeah.
Emma Watson, but dumber.
Nice.
What? But dumber?
Yeah.
Like, she's already dumb.
Yeah, what? That's
That's
mean.
so rude.
Yeah.
I
All
like
right.
Emma Watson.
Let's begin this. Okay, so again, our flight attendants had us close the blinds. They insist it's mandatory. They're panicked and talking about some upcoming turbulence.
Dot, dot, dot.
Yeah.
You could put
Turbulence.
the Creepcast music where it's like.
Yeah, there'll be music. There'll be music.
Let's go. Sorry.
Okay. I began my flight around 9 hours ago. I left New York for Singapore, which would have me fly for around 19 hours, making sure to pack sleeping pills and chewing gum for my horrifying ear and jaw pain. So horrifying.
Very scary.
My sinuses always act up when the pressure changes, and I dreaded this flight, especially because I had to do it alone for some conference.
Okay, I know we're already on one paragraph, and I just want to mention this. All
Uh-huh.
these stories, all the characters, like they always have like, all the narrators are always like are so quirky and like,
Yeah,
and, like,
it's-
this
it's-
terrible thing happens
yeah.
to them, but they're just like my crazy ear pain. I don't know.
This is so crazy.
It should be normal. Like
Yeah.
My life.
Yeah.
anyway.
I listened absently to the instructions the flight crew gave us. Gestures to oxygen masks, emergency exits, first aid, and so on. They mentioned the Wi-Fi, the food menu, etc. The closest attendant was a girl with a tight bun and bubblegum pink lipstick. She had an overly sober expression plastered on, and even though her lips were stretched into a smile, her eyes weren't. After the usual part, some other specifications followed.
Do you want me to be the is this the flight attendant?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep in mind that we will be flying very high and the pressure change might affect you. In case you are feeling extremely sick and experience very serious headaches, do not hesitate to notify the crew. We might experience turbulence when we reach a certain point, and should a critical moment occur, please do listen to the instructions of the crew and the captain and follow them precisely.
Interesting. So they're anticipating something clearly. I mean, they're saying it's just
And
turbulence. so-
precisely was in all caps.
Yeah. I didn't really care about whatever they had to say. I doubted the crew would help my piercing sinus pain.
Oh my
Get
god.
off, dude. No one cares.
The moment we took off, I swallowed the sleeping pills and dozed off. I had some music on, my sleeping mask on, so I got completely cut off the rest of the plane.
The rest of the plane.
we obviously went back and read this and edited it and made sure it was good.
I love my immortal.
Good job. I remember some dreams that seemed to clog my head the way fevers do, of shaped twisting and convulsing. Kind of going downhill here.
Oh, okay.
Bigger than I wanted them to be, stretching and taking up space, straining my mind. I remember the feeling of being held down by shapes as heavy as lead, the feeling of hotness and itchiness. This bleak and irritating obscurity was soon completely ravaged by a sharp, explosive pain reverberating directly through my jaw. The pain pierced through my sleeping pill magic and startled me awake, wide-eyed and confused at the darkness that was actually my sleeping mask, sweating and nauseous. I finally yanked it off, but I couldn't focus my eyes on anything, as pain just kept exploding like fireworks into my jaw, between my eyes and right between my throat and my ear canal. It was like nothing I'd ever felt
Could you
before.
imagine being in a plane, like stuck in
That
his
would-
feet, and that happens?
That would suck. That is a pretty bad situation to be in,
Yeah.
I will say. I couldn't even cry or talk. I was just too perplexed, too shaken. I endured the next hours or minutes, praying for it to just end. Hammers were hitting my eye sockets and my temples, and screwdrivers were being jammed into my gums and nostrils.
Metaphor.
Yeah. Well, obviously, yeah.
No, I think it was real.
Yeah, no, it's actually.
I think it was like actually having that happen to him.
I felt my stomach rise up to my throat, and suddenly a terrible tightness and convulsions took over my neck and chest. My agony ended so abruptly that I could still feel the marks the pain has left, like the moment when you look directly into the sun and then luminous spots plague your vision for a few
I
minutes.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Why would you do? That's
good.
actually. What are you talking about? That's really fun.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I stood there in shock, processing and cursing my stupid sensitivity. Looking over the seats at other passengers, I could spot a few pale and completely shaken faces that told me they had experienced the same pain. I was exhausted, and I just wanted to get out of this steel cage. The seat in front of me was too close to my face, the top too low, almost hitting my head, and the plane window too close. My legs felt stiff, and my back hurt. I checked my watch. 7 hours in. For fuck's sake.
Yo!
Why? It's
That-
so unnecessary.
Yeah. That's it. I'm going to the restroom. I tapped the two guys sitting next to me and asked them to stand up. They both groaned and moved away. I stumbled to the restroom, overcome by dizziness. I'm going to puke in the toilet. Fine.
Sorry,
I'm defeated.
Did he or she, the narrator, say that they were feeling this pain before? Yeah, they were already feeling the pain.
Yeah, so before the flight even started, they were feeling the
Oh, I
pain?
began my flight around 9 hours ago.
Okay.
I see. Okay, so they started that.
Mhm.
They start. Okay, that's weird.
Interesting.
So they're writing this 9 hours already into the
Yeah.
flight.
Okay. They must be going somewhere really far away.
Mm-hmm.
I opened the door to the plane restroom, but once I was inside, I couldn't figure out how to lock it. As I said, I was puking, so I didn't mind anyone walking over me. I don't understand.
That doesn't make any
Walking
sense.
over.
Yeah. I poured out my stomach and then
Ew.
spent another 15 minutes just splashing water over my face. Anyway, I'm mentioning this detail because I assume the flight attendants didn't know the restroom was occupied, since it looked unlocked and no one had come out in a while. Otherwise, they wouldn't have let me hear the following conversation. Alright, this is where you guys come in. So you can just choose who's
Are we
playing
just gonna
who.
leave the swear words in?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
This is a rated. This is a. We should put an E next to
Mhm.
this one.
So who's gonna say the swear word in this?
Should we do it now?
Oh, I'm doing it.
Just yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you
Just let it
wanted
flow. Let it flow.
I'm not sure. I wasn't even supposed to take this fucking flight.
Calm down. If they panic, it'll only be worse. We need to just be very, very careful, Joe.
Yeah, sure. And if we crash,
We won't crash. We did this many times and nothing happened. Calm down. I just think we should.
I unfortunately gagged really loud and it was truly unexpected. and they heard me and stopped. They're like, ew, what the?
What was that?
I proceeded to
God.
puke some green juice. I flushed, which sounded like another engine of the plane was right there in the toilet. Fuck my life.
Only the F word is in
Yeah.
the story.
It's like a little
Maybe
kid wrote
edgy.
this.
Oh, never mind.
I opened the door and gave them an awkward smile as I hopped to my seat. I hopped to my
Why'd you
seat.
hop? Wait, sorry, I
Yeah.
keep interrupting.
The two attendants looked at me as if I were at a family function and had walked into them talking shit about me. I went back to my seat and wanted to die. I was quickly reminded of my awfully claustrophobia-inducing seat. I just wanted to go back to sleep, so I swallowed a pill and slapped the mask over my face. Flight attendant?
Ladies and gentlemen, please close off your window shades immediately. This is mandatory and for your safety and the safety of other passengers.
I couldn't drift off. However, because I couldn't drift off, however, because I felt a hand over
Ooh.
me.
Creepy.
Yep. Who's going here? Hunter? You want
You
to
go ahead, Hunter.
okay. Hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Please close your blind. The flight attendant chick is going crazy over this.
mumbled the boy next to me while pulling the shade down. All of the flight attendants were watching over their own seat section. The girl watching over us was biting her lip nervously and gripping the seat with her tense fingers, her knuckles almost white. She noticed I was staring at her and gave me a grimaced smile. Ugh.
Don't look at me like that.
Creepy.
In the dim lights of the plane, the tension was almost palpable. No one was talking. All blinds were closed. All was silent. The little tablet on my chair showed we were flying over the North Atlantic, entering the polar zone. Open ocean. No land. Ugh, I hate that.
Yeah, it's gross.
What exactly weren't we supposed to see? Some military ship? Some military base?
Ooh.
I suddenly felt pressure behind my eyes. The feeling of nausea returned. I felt as if I was hanging upside down. I tried to swallow. I popped some gum into
What
my
if,
mouth.
what if they are? What if because they can't see out the
Ooh,
window?
Yeah. Another 11 hours to go. Fuck me. The plane was awfully silent, and if that didn't scare me, the look of my flight attendant sure did. Their eyes were constantly darting to each shade, and they were breathing heavily. Constantly darting to each shade.
Yeah.
Changing colors?
Next sentence.
They wouldn't act like that for some fuck-ass military base.
So rude.
They look the way animals do when they're desperate, when they're in danger. Funny, we like to think that we are not animals. Yet, we get angry and nervous when someone stares at us for too long, even if they're doing that through a wall. Getting kind of preachy here.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't feel that.
Yeah, I don't really get what's going on. Or an airplane shell. I felt a knot in my throat.
Hey, do we have to close the blinds?
Asked some lady from behind me.
We're flying over a layer of I cannot read words. Holy jeez. Atmospheric radiation. The glare can temporarily blind or distort you.
Came the automated response.
So it's temporary?
Please mind the instructions. Otherwise, you will receive a fee. There is a real potential of damage.
That seemed to shut the lady up. 10 minutes passed, then another 10. I tried to place the music, but I couldn't doze off, and now I felt as if my skull vibrated. Maybe it did. So did my chest. After an hour of uncomfortable silence, I was certain of the low vibration in my chest and head. Somehow, it felt familiar. A frequency so low, but so known to me. I had no idea what to think. The frequency went higher, and then everybody could hear it. Everybody could feel the whole plane vibrate. It was a different kind of turbulence. What the fuck was
Is this
that?
the beginning of Bioshock?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is the beginning of Bioshock.
Mhm. I couldn't really place it, but it seemed very, very familiar and very out of place. What do we think they're gonna crash? You think that's?
I think they're gonna crash in the middle of the ocean. There's gonna be a
Yeah.
ring of fire.
I've got some ideas, but I don't want to say them yet because I don't.
No. I want to hear
I think there's gonna be a big tower.
I feel like this isn't like supernatural. I feel like it's gonna be a thing where it's like they're part of a terrorist attack or something.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't want to say that.
Okay.
Because,
Mhm.
you know.
I couldn't really place it, but it seemed. Wait. Yeah. I couldn't really place it, but it seemed very, very familiar and very out of place. A young woman suddenly stood up and turned to the attendants. The look of recognition in her eyes ignited something inside me.
What?
When she spoke, her voice had a certain dryness.
Oh, I was the flight attendant. I just realized. So you should be this one, and I'll be the flight attendant.
Okay.
Even though you read the flight attendant, or it was a different flight.
I don't remember anymore. We're just kind of reading.
Yeah.
What is that? You tell me right now.
The wind is very strong around here. The radiation.
Don't bullshit me. Don't fucking bullshit me. This is my line of work. How is it possible? How?
Were those screams outside? No, they couldn't be. Couldn't be. The woman plunged to open the blind, but the closest flight attendant grabbed her and yanked her out of her seat with a force that had to be illegal.
That was the Sonic High School.
That's the part that's so messed up here is that it's
I've noticed this person kind of just like writes things and just like goes with it.
yeah.
Whatever.
But you know, it's fine. I enjoy that.
He then pinned her down.
What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh.
I will sue you.
Persona moment.
I'll damn, Brad, I'll sue.
When it was, I said
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
These sounds weren't human. No human could emanate those sounds. And how could they even be human? You're flying thousands of feet up in the sky.
Oh. Let go of me. I need to look outside. I don't care if I get blinded, temporarily blinded.
The attendants didn't flinch. They kept staring at us. And now I was more afraid of them than of what would happen if I opened the window shade. A match of screaming followed, and then the flight attendant leaned in and whispered something into the woman's ear. She went quiet. Another half hour followed, while we all stood still, awake and watched over like some naughty kids. The lights of the plane flickered, then turned off for a brief moment, but the moment they turned back on, a scream erupted from a flight attendant who plunged and yanked down a window shade. Some old man had lifted it a little bit. I'd only seen a thin strip of light leaking, lingering on his face, colorless and cold.
What was that?
Oh.
That was me.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What was that?
Sir.
So I like what's going on. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm very
I like
engaged.
that everyone's trying to see what's going on, and that
That's yeah.
the flight attendants are just refusing to let them. It's
pretty cool.
It's interesting. He stood up. His lips moved, forming words without sound. Then the muscles in his neck tightened, and his jaw began to quake as if something were pulling it open from the inside. I'd never seen someone so pale, shivering, teeth clattering, and eyes wide. His pupils were almost non-existent.
This is Hunter, but I don't know why it's not separated.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's you.
Oh. We're all gonna die here.
Nope.
Oh, wait, what?
It's in the middle of the
Oh,
paragraph.
my bad.
It's weird, yeah.
What the fuck was that? How can it be how can it be possible? I don't understand. I don't understand. I really don't.
He kept repeating, then froze, mouth parted in wonder. Then he looked up at us and muttered,
We're all going to die here.
That's it. Sir, if you're being escorted that's it. Sir, you're being escorted to the end of the plane where I'll sit with...
You could escort me to hell, and I wouldn't care. You have no authority here, he mumbled. He mumbled?
yeah.
Why is it in there?
Yeah, what? He mumbled, his eyes now completely darkened and mouth hanging.
Oh.
There was no break in the...
There's no end quote.
Yeah.
I thought that
He's
was
saying all this.
my
Yeah.
bad. I thought that was a quote.
Yeah, he's
I'm so
speaking the rest of the
confused.
story now. Yeah.
My brain, that hurts me.
It's okay.
All right, this is a home stretch here.
Yep.
He left his seat, then kneeled in the middle and let out a terrible wail. No one spoke after that. They restrained him, and now he's in the back. I asked to go to the restroom, and I was granted permission. While passing his figure, rocking back and forth and unblinking, I managed to sneak in one question that bended into the frequency that encapsulated the plane. He answered between his clenched teeth, and his response had me puzzled until I reached my seat. My question had been...
What did you see?
Another half hour passed, and I glanced at the old man, only to see him cold and pale, eyes forever open. He was discreetly pulled into the cabin by an attendant. All of us are afraid to speak, but it's clear that we won't open the blinds. I wrote this with trembling hands, my chest vibrating and the pressure behind my eyes nauseating. I still have many hours left of flying above the ocean, and I can feel the unblinking gaze of flight attendants on me. I feel something coming. I feel something approaching us. I'm afraid to experience the so-called turbulence they mentioned, and the old man's response still haunts me. Those were his last words before he left us and remained unblinking, words spoken with a concerning lucidity.
Tell me, have you ever stared into the eye of a blue whale?
Whoa.
So the
That
thing,
was pretty dang good.
yeah. So the thing that I got spoiled about, I'll show you guys, is there's a piece of art in this link. If you
Whale?
if you click the whale part,
Ooh.
and then it'll show the list. Go to the part 1 ending. Click the ending part.
Ooh,
It'll
part
take
one?
you to the art.
Oh, there's more to this?
Whoa. Were they in the water the entire
Holy
time?
cow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess there is more. I didn't realize when I picked this that there was so many parts. But
Yeah. Well, what I'm thinking here is
or actually, I don't know. These are all different stories.
That looks so creepy, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
there isn't a part 2 yet. I don't think.
okay.
This is part 1. This is it for now.
Oh, wait, no. It says they had us close the blinds, full story, whenever you click on the image. Or whenever you click on the ending.
Oh, full story.
Yeah, but I think you
Oh,
have to pay.
okay.
You have to pay for it,
I
though.
think.
Oh.
No, I think these links are all different stories that this author has written.
Right, but if you click on the part 1, it takes you to the full story that you can actually buy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so there is a full larger story.
It's
No,
the-
it just takes me to the link.
See,
here
this
it is.
goes to here, and then it shows like the price,
Oh,
and then
oh.
add to cart.
I thought it was for like the
It's
Yeah.
$3.50.
Well,
I don't know what-
if it was good
what
enough
that
to be able
is.
to pay for
Yeah,
it.
That was
definitely
€3.50
good.
euro.
Because
I
feel
think.
that that chunk was like really good.
Yeah.
There's only
I don't
one.
think it really needed more.
Right.
There's only one review, and it's
So something I forgot to mention also is with each story, I kind of want to rate them like out of 10. What we
Okay, yeah,
think.
good idea.
Which I think, story-wise and like what's actually going on, I think it was pretty interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Obviously, they could have, especially since they're trying to kind of advertise something to buy, they
Mhm.
could have done better with like
Yeah.
the actual like
The grammar. and
the
stuff.
grammar and
Which is
some of the word choice is kind of strange too,
Yeah, I
like
thought
the
so
way
too.
they
It-
described things.
it kind of sounded like someone who was trying to use bigger words.
Yeah.
And they made sense, but I don't know.
I'm a big kid.
I think
Yeah.
with these kinds of things, you just gotta stick to what you know, because that make it sound more natural. I
Mhm.
think.
But out
Yeah.
of 10, what do we think?
I think like a 6 or 7 or 8.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna
Please.
mention
Not even
you
gonna.
know
I'm not even going to say it.
Let's just choose one number.
Okay, 7.
A 7. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably
Because, yeah, it was,
7.
I mean, the concept was pretty cool. The delivery was kind of rocky, but overall pretty solid.
The ending was good.
Ending was really good.
Yeah.
The ending, I like endings that are like, whoa, like that turns the story on its head.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a thinking like, why was there a whale out there? Like, what's the deal with that? Like,
Yeah.
where are they? You know.
No.
Okay, we've got another big one after this. Luke, you can be the narrator. Hunter and I can do some
Narrator.
voice acting.
Okay.
I'm excited for this one. It's listed NSFW.
Ooh.
But the title is
Did you
very
clear it?
interesting. What?
I'm nervous about this.
There's no NSFW images. I don't know what
When it's
the
not the images that are the problem.
I don't know what the story is. I haven't read it.
Mature content from No
alright.
Sleep.
Oh, it's listed as self-harm. That's why.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah.
I don't have a thing on. I
You
don't
said
have a. What's it called on here?
Just do yes, I'm over 18.
Oh, okay.
You'll be good.
Mm.
Okay. You ready for this?
I'm
Yeah,
nervous
yeah.
about this.
It's self-harm.
We're
It's
just gonna read it.
We already read We already read something about.
Mhm.
It was. We already read about something like this. From actually similar to this. Actually worse than this probably.
You're not skimming the story, are you?
I am.
No,
I didn't
don't
see
skim it.
anything, but I'm
Luke, we've
just a little nervous.
we've read My Immortal already.
Not on the podcast.
True. But
It doesn't
we,
matter.
My Immortal was great in Sonic High School.
This is
Well,
an
it has nothing to
NSFW
do with-
episode.
Okay.
Mhm.
At the place I work, no children are allowed, and we are required to wear a
this
disguise.
this
Mhm.
dude's just waiting for something weird to
I'm
be
gonna
there.
This is a really scary story.
Yeah, yeah.
It's making me tense.
Mhm.
Looking at this title, many would think I work at an NSFW costume store. I didn't think that. Or some sort of adult-centered theme park for millennials who never really moved
What?
past their teen years.
Music park. What?
I like that. However, neither is the case.
So is it
I
just
actually
like-
work at a bookstore. Yes, a bookstore. It's called the Corner Place of Palace of Knowledge. It is in fact a large palace-looking structure that sits on the corner of the shopping district in a small town with few thousand residents occupied.
Okay.
I was hired here about a year ago. I work full-time, roughly 40 hours a week. I'm in college and I take all my classes online. Bad choice.
Yep.
It's convenient because I'm allowed to do homework while on the clock. I just have to be. Ugh. It's a horrible life. I have to be mindful of any customers. That is, if we had customers. Nobody really shops here, aside from the handful of regulars who come in every day, or at least once a week. And the new random person will come in once, look around for a bit, and then never come back. I can't blame them. It's a pretty boring place to shop. Then you're gonna get fired for putting that on the
Yeah,
internet.
what the
but
heck?
let's keep going.
Heck
I can also see how running into any of us, the employees, may be confusing or even off-putting to a person who's never been in here before.
Well, yeah.
For some reason, we are required to wear a disguise, and it can't be the same one each time. Every shift, the disguise has to be different. It doesn't have to be anything specific, expensive, or elaborate. We just have to be fully covered.
See, okay, you're fine. You don't have to worry about anything
So
yet.
they don't want. What do they not want? Any of the workers identified? Is that what's going on
They
here?
don't want the whale to look at them.
The whale. It's coming
All the
back.
stories are connected.
Yeah.
We are not allowed to talk about anything regarding our personal lives or use our real names. We have name tags, but they all say simple titles for what each person mainly does around the store. Because I'm usually dusting, my name tag says Duster. That's kind of a cool name.
Yeah.
That's why my coworkers call me Dusty for short. Think-
Duster's
Yeah, I
cooler.
think Duster is
Yeah.
cooler. It kind of sounds like what's that guy's name from
Stranger
Dying Light?
Things. Oh.
Isn't there a guy called Dying Light who's like called something like that? The Fixer?
Dying Light.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Dustin from Stranger
No.
Things.
Anyway, I don't know how many of us are employed here, but I do know a few for sure. Normally, 2 people are on the clock at the same time. Because I'm here every day except for Thursdays and Sundays, I like to go to work with someone different each time. My favorite, however, is a woman whose tag says cover cleaner. I like to call her Cece. From the way her voice sounds when she speaks and some of the terminology she uses, I concluded she's likely around my age, if not a couple years older. I wouldn't be able to trust anybody. He's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you know, she seems chill. I'm like, I wouldn't trust anybody. I wouldn't
No.
any relationships. She's always wearing a mask that covers her whole face. She makes them herself as a hobby, which is, I think, a pretty creative way of dealing with the dress code, like Little Nightmares or
Yeah.
Mm.
Coffee maker.
yeah. Cleaning is very important here, as the owners like to keep a clean space. That and there was little to nothing better to do around here. While I tend to spend most of my time dusting the shelves, Cece carefully wipes down the book covers and places them back onto the shelf, leaving them to be reorganized alphabetically by organizer. Augie for short. This is cool. I like the names. I work with him on Tuesdays. He must be an older man because his voice is coarse and sounds elderly. His back is hunched and he grumbles a lot too. As the title says, there are no children allowed in the bookstore, which is odd because we do carry children's books and even have a play section. Some of us have speculated that the rule was implemented a while ago, but that place was never renovated, so the kiddie space remains sitting and collecting dust. While the rest of the store looks spick and span, as always. I mentioned before, that's how the owners like it. You didn't. You don't need to write that sentence.
Yeah,
I've only met one of them, but apparently there were two others. The one who usually takes care of hiring and public affairs likes to come in every now and then to check on the store. He refers to himself as Mr. Keys.
Mr. Keys.
Mr. Keys. I assume he has a habit of swinging his keychain around on his finger. Mr. Keys is, as someone would say, a character. He never announces himself when he decides to drop by, but you'll always know it's him by the sound of his jingling keys. It comes
Like
in.
E.T.
He is a character. You're right. He is most definitely a character. He's in this book.
Yeah, E.T.
Yeah, in E.T. the villain, his name is Keys because E.T. identifies him by his jingling keys.
You know what? I've watched E.T. once, and it was when I was too young to even really get it.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of Mr. I feel like I'd play Mr. Keys if I was in this. He comes wearing a ridiculously flamboyant disguise, matching his ridiculously flamboyant personality. Hey, what I just said still stands.
Yeah.
He's quite tall, standing well over 6 feet, and slender as a twig. Well, I don't know.
Still stands.
Well, I don't know about the 6 feet thing, but slender as a twig. If I had to guess, he's likely in his late 20s, early 30s. He'll come in, greet whoever's working, and walk around the store. If something is not to his liking, he'll mention it right away. Whenever he leaves, he always says these parting words. I want to say Mr. Keys.
Oh, I want to be Mr. Keys.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry, Hunter.
Sorry, no.
I'm
well, I didn't know
excited.
I didn't realize we were reading because he's been reading a lot of
Yeah.
these things, so I wasn't sure.
Do not let in any children, and remember to wear your disguises.
I know I keep mentioning how boring my job is, but there was something strangely charming about the mundanity of the workplace. Is that a word? It contrasts so much with the bizarre yet short list of rules my coworkers and I must adhere to. In the time I've been employed here, I've never experienced nor witnessed the consequences of breaking one or more of the rules, as we were all careful not to. Not out of fear, but rather habit. Those who work here have all been employed for over a year, and for most, it's been way longer than that. There hasn't really been any need to hire anyone new after me, which is why I was surprised when Augie informed me he would no longer be working Tuesdays, because someone new had been hired.
Uh-oh. Interesting.
Knocking on the door.
Yeah.
She came into the store in a full disguise and introduced herself as the new sander. She would be coming in once or twice a week to refurbish the shelves by freshly sanding all of them for the shelf stainer, Stan, whom I've only met a number of times, and since he often works on the days I'm off. I'm not sure why he wasn't the one appointed to train the new girl, as if there was much to train her on, but their individual tasks just seemed to line up more, so I wondered about that. It was a run-on sentence. I called her Sandy, which she was okay with, and after taking a few minutes to go over the other rules with her, we got to work. The operating hours for the store are between 3 a.m. and 6 p.m. Oddly specific, but it never mattered to me because I've always struggled to keep a healthy sleeping schedule. I prefer to work the opening shifts, and this was no different than any other early morning. I was dusting the shelves so Sandy could start sanding them to prepare for staining. After a couple of hours, I told her I'd be taking one of my allotted breaks. I returned to the sound of the old telephone ringing. That's another rule. No personal devices either, so we have to use a retro telephone. I've heard people complain about this, wondering why we can't at least have a landline, but it's nowhere near the hassle of having to figure out a new disguise to wear 5 days out of the week. A new disguise every day. It's crazy.
Yeah,
That's so expensive.
Yeah.
Not even like supplied.
You
by
wouldn't
the
make
company.
enough money to work here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's
Well, clearly they
so
do.
not worth it.
Yeah.
Well, clearly they do.
Well, maybe, I guess. Oh, maybe they're
Yeah,
getting
maybe
paid
there's-
good. You'd
yeah.
have to get paid good for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I walked over to answer the phone, lifting it from the stand. Corner Palace of Knowledge, what will you be? Oh, sorry, who wants to be that?
Oh, no, you can do it.
I guess so. Corner Palace of Knowledge. What will you be reading today?
A little slogan is printed on the sign hanging outside the entrance, and we're supposed to use it as part of any greeting. It's a dumb slogan. The other end of the line was staticky, and I was afraid the phone was finally breaking down. That thing was ancient. Just as I went to hang up, a voice emerged from the depths of the static, one that sounded cold and in straightforwardness.
Good morning, Mr. Duster. We hope this message finds you well. You have an extra task to do today. It is very important to be mindful and proceed with caution. It would appear Miss Stander isn't feeling like someone else today.
What?
I don't... Miss...
Someone's not wearing their disguise. Probably.
Isn't feeling like someone else today.
I see. Who's
Yeah.
Who's Mrs. Stander?
Did they meant Sandy?
Mm,
Or
yeah.
the
No, it was the
Sander?
person they had Stan. Whoever Stan's name
Well,
was.
Stan is a stainer.
Oh, then I don't know.
That's weird. I think it meant to write Sandy, whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
The static was cut, and the subtle monotone sound indicated that the other end of the line had gone dead. I hung up, confused and feeling disturbed. I decided to go check on Sandy. Okay, so Sandy.
Yeah.
I walked around to the back of the store where we had been working, but she wasn't there. I continued around the store calling her name when I heard what sounded like a pile of books hitting the floor. I jumped and turned to find Sandy crouched down, carefully picking them up.
Oh.
Is it you, Hunter?
Oh, there you are. Sorry if I startled you. I didn't know where you went.
I said, brushing her to help with the mess. As I got closer, I realized her hair was down. Her real hair. When she had come in, she was wearing a wig with some sort of head covering on, but she was no longer wearing either. Uh-oh. Is it you, Hunter?
Oh, gosh, sorry. I never knew when... I'm sure I mentioned this, but we're not supposed to take off our disguises until we've either left the building or clocked out for the day. Company policy, I guess.
I explained. Sandy stood up, her back still facing me. You can be Sandy, Austin, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. It's my first day. Please don't be mad.
She said. Her voice was dry and she spoke flatly. This reinforced my confusion and put me further on edge.
Also, this is like really creepy.
Yeah.
He has
Yeah.
like, how does he know she's not wearing her disguise anymore?
Because her hair was down, her real hair.
But they
Yeah,
weren't
but
there.
He's not even.
He's not there. He
well,
called on the
supposedly.
phone. It wasn't even. We don't even know if it was
Unless-
actually him.
Unless he can see like through the cameras or something.
I guess so.
No, he went. He walked around to the back.
He
of the
there was
store.
there was a call.
Yeah, she picked up the phone and then he was like, "She's not wearing her disguise."
Oh, how did the guy on the phone know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah.
is true. That is true. He's an
Um,
all-seeing eye.
yeah.
I see what you mean. Okay. He's
Just,
Hunter, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, jeez. Are you feeling all right? You sound a little bit odd.
I said, hoping she might just be coming down with a cold or something.
I feel amazing.
She exclaimed, her voice suddenly sounding overly animated and pitched up. This caused me to take a step back.
Are you messing with me? 'Cause this isn't funny. We should get back to work.
I said firmly. She was sorry, the music.
Yeah.
She was unresponsive, standing completely still, until a moment later when she withered down on the floor and began crawling away on all fours.
Try and catch me.
She called excitedly, scurrying away.
Huh? Hey!
I yelled as I gave chase. I ended up losing sight of her as she disappeared in the dark corners of the store, zigzagging around the mountains of shelves lined to the rim with books. It's kind of cool.
What
I stood beneath the bright lights calling Sandy's name and telling her to knock it off and quit the gag already. They always think that. They always think it's a joke.
Yeah.
I heard nothing for several minutes. I was too scared to go looking for her again when I heard the sound of childish laughter.
Oh, no.
Except there were no children, only a full-grown woman doing her best imitation of a little girl's laughter. I followed... No children are allowed.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's probably got something to do with this. I followed the sound and was led to the abandoned play section where Sandy was sitting on the floor, obnoxiously giggling and clashing the old toys together. I wondered if she was having some sort of episode. Maybe she has a mental condition that the owners were not privy to before hiring her. I realized talking to her as an adult wasn't working, so I tried addressing her as a child. This actually worked, and she turned to face me. Her cheeks were bright red and her eyes were big ocean blue. She had the face of an adult, but the expression and even features of an infant. Ugh, that's creepy.
I don't like that at all.
Like a
Just like,
face.
yeah.
It's a baby face.
Hey, Sandy. Why don't you take a break and go finish our project? Then we can come back and play some more. Does that sound good?
I asked softly. She seemed to ponder my idea for a bit, but responded with a resounding.
No.
I furrowed my brow, but tried to remain calm and understanding. Never did I think I'd have to gentle parent a coworker I really met today.
Oh, come on. It'll be fun. You'll see. I was reading that incorrectly, my bad. You like sanding, remember?
I said, nodding my head. She crossed her arms and scowled at me.
No. No, 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 no.
She shouted. I stood back, becoming increasingly agitated.
Young lady, come down. Come do your work this instant.
I said, raising my voice. Sandy looked at me for a moment before bursting into tears. She threw herself onto her back and started flailing around on the floor. Her face grew red as she thrashed her arms and kicked her legs in a full-blown tantrum. I stood in shock watching this unfold. This was way above my pay grade. This might be the only job I've ever had actually that pays pretty well.
Okay, it does, yeah.
So weird.
It is weird.
She
yeah.
took off her disguise and she became a child. Like, she started
Yeah.
acting like a child.
Some-
But I was going to say, oh, maybe it's just the store. But there's people who've come into the store
Yeah.
that act perfectly fine. So,
Oh,
like,
weird.
it's so...
There's a mystery.
Yeah.
What?
There's a mystery afoot. We need to get Sherlock Holmes on this one. I wanted to de-escalate the situation, but anything I said only seemed to make her tantrum worse. She began ripping out clumps of her hair, squealing and hiccuping like the way a baby cries, but with a fully developed adult vocal cords. Her arms and legs were beginning to bruise from how aggressively she was slamming them repeatedly on the floor. She was gnashing her teeth, bits of tooth fragments flaying from her mouth. She even bit off the tip of her tongue, spitting it out and bleeding from the mouth as she wailed. I was shaking like a leaf, and not knowing what else to do. I ran back to the desk and called the emergency contact number left on a slip of paper taped to the bottom of the telephone.
Nice.
What is that kind of call gonna
Yeah.
be? Sandy's agonizing cries in my own throat feel scratching caused my pulse to accelerate as I stood, waiting for someone to answer. I listened impatiently while my ears perked up at the sound of jingling keys coming from inside the store.
Mr. Keys!
To the rescue! I shouted. The lights flickered and they heard a loud thud. Wait, make a thud sound, someone. I went
That
to
was
find Mr.
horrible.
Keys when I tipped over something in the split second of total darkness that befell the store. I experienced vertigo as I picked myself back up. I turned to see what I had tripped on, my heart dropping at the sight. It was a body. The big light lingering above the desk came on, and I recognized it to be the body of a woman.
Oh, keep going.
Whatever.
Okay.
She was completely naked, with the skin of her face having been peeled off. Her eyes, teeth, and hair were all missing as well. I gasped, covering my mouth, trying not to scream. Tears filled my eyes, my jaw tinkled, and saliva bit up in my mouth as I gagged. I stumbled back to the desk, where I had the sudden realization that the cries coming from the play section hadn't yet ceased. They were as loud and as tormenting as ever. I wonder, did Sandy kill someone? I don't ever remember losing consciousness, but I woke with a painful throbbing in my skull. I gripped the counter with my hands and I pulled myself up off the floor for a second time and looked around. Mr. Keys stood on the other side of the desk, spinning his keychain around on his finger.
Oh, good. You're awake.
He said,
What happened? What the hell was all that about?
I asked, still holding on to some disbelief about the horrors I witnessed. Even through his disguise, I could see Mr. Keys grinning ear to ear as usual.
It's been taken care of. You needn't worry about it any longer. Only concern yourself with your job here,
Uh-oh.
Mr. Duster.
Mr. Keys knows something like
He sounds like Mr. Boss from
Yeah.
Smiling Friends. And then
You're
it's just like, "Woo-goo-wee-goo." But what about Miss Sander? What happened to her?
I asked. Mr. Keys stopped spinning his keychain.
She was terminated. Miss Sander was unfit to work here and will not be returning.
I looked down at the floor past where Mr. Keys stood.
And what about that? And what about the body?
I asked, a looming realization creeping into my thoughts and running down my spine. Mr. Keys tilted his head, clenching the keys in his hand.
I've already told you. It's been taken care of. You needn't worry about it any longer. Only concern yourself with your work.
He said. This time his words sounded more like an order rather than a reassurance. I opened my mouth to speak, but he immediately held his hand up to my face.
No more... no more questions, Mr. Duster. Finish your shift and go home and rest.
He said calmly as he turned and made for the door.
Oh, and of course,
He began. The grin returned to his face as he twirled his keychain around his finger once more.
do not let in any children, and remember to wear your disguise.
Yay!
Yeah.
Woohoo!
That's pretty good. A lot of loose threads that
Yeah.
I really wanted to know more about.
Another story that's not really explained.
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, the vibes were cool.
they
The
were
idea
cool.
was cool.
Had some cool, interesting scares.
I
going
like the
on.
characters.
Miss
Yeah.
Sander was actually a child.
Yeah, this definitely has potential for more parts. I think.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna be following this closely. I think
Mhm.
this person. Let's see.
I guess I'm.
8 days ago.
So I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah,
what's
it's
going
like, well, there were a lot of really good. Ooh.
I think. Yeah, I like all the characters.
I like the comments that people leave where they're like actually like in character.
Yeah.
Like the Mr. Duster, please let us know if you find out anything else about your store.
But- well,
Instead
that's
of
the
being
whole
like,
thing.
oh, I can't wait for the next
Yes,
part.
they always do that. It's really cool.
Okay, that's
It's
cool.
Also because it's like no sleep's like policy. Like they remove stories if you don't like stay fully in character.
Oh, that's cool.
Which yeah.
Well, yeah, it's cool, but I don't like how it restricts creativity. Us and I were talking about this with.
I
our-
guess.
'cause we were like trying to find a place to post there here,
hmm
and we were like we couldn't figure out like a way. We were like maybe no sleep, but we were like no sleep won't
Yeah.
work because it's so strict with its policies. You know,
Yeah.
so we're gonna have to find a different creative outlet.
Which the stories that got removed, I thought those were fine. Like they seemed like they were in character and everything. They still got removed. So
It probably had to do with like one of the ones I saw was like nothing happened to the main character was one of them, and it was a really really good story, but the character never got like harmed in any way or like. You know,
Well, this
so-
one didn't get the
which
character.
is
get
really
killed.
dumb. Like
yeah.
sometimes the scariest thing is not getting harmed.
hmm Okay, so our next story is everyone doing good? Are we good?
I'm doing
wait,
horrible. I want to
okay.
die.
I'm locked in, dude.
We're about
Actually, can we do our bagel break?
yeah, sure. We're 50 minutes in. We can do our bagel break. I will end this recording here, and then we'll start up a new one.
Okay, make sure you label it.
Or actually, wait. We are back.
Oh my god.
Had a little intermission there. I just realized we forgot to rank or rate this story. So out of 10, what did we think of the I don't know the working at a bookstore story?
Are you gonna speak now, Luke?
Luke?
Yeah, okay, so I told you to not talk as much when Austin was reading, and now as soon as the episode starts, you don't want to say anything. Screw you. I
He
hate
has a
you.
bagel, so even though he's not talking, he'll probably still be.
Why shouldn't you should have taken that before the episode came back. Yeah. If Luke doesn't talk, he likes to kiss boys.
What?
There you go.
No,
Okay.
listen. I wanted to see how long this podcast would go without me talking. And
Well, we have dialogue in this next story. So,
Yeah. And also,
Alright,
we forgot to rate it, so it's
Yeah,
it's
I would say it was probably better than.
it was better, I think.
that's a small
I didn't like
bagel.
the ending as. I didn't like the ending as much, but
Yeah, I think the ending of the first one was better, but overall, I think.
I think we could have done like. I feel like I would have. I mean, obviously for this purposes it wouldn't work, but like I would like to read a story like that, but it's like longer. I want the characters to have more development.
Yeah.
I want to know more about Mr. Keys and all the other guys. Like Stan, we didn't really get to hear about too much. The old guy, like
I'm sure it's building up to more. Like
Yeah.
that
maybe
is
it'll
true.
focus on each of them in different stories. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we'll see.
So, like,
yeah, I'll
Probably better than the
I'll
last
keep
one.
my eye on that one.
I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, this reminds me. I want to give a shout out to my. Oh my gosh.
Austin sent me another
The title of
image.
that one's crazy.
Yeah.
From
I want to say this.
whoa.
This reminds me of my YouTube channel where I read Reddit posts about
Deltarune theories.
yes,
I was on an episode.
you were on an episode.
I want to be on an episode sometime.
You don't get to
Yeah,
be on an
well,
episode.
well, you haven't thought about Deltarune. And you don't know about Chapter 4 Secret Boss. You want me to tell you what the Chapter 4 Secret Boss is?
No,
Not right now, but maybe.
don't tell him.
It's gonna
You're
take
gonna
too
love-
long.
you're
You're
gonna-
taking too long.
You're gonna love the secret boss.
You are.
I think it's really cool.
Persona 5 doesn't have any secret bosses. That's the only bad thing.
There's no freedom
But you
leitmotif.
do go into another world and your clothes change.
Oh, okay.
And
There's
just
no-
like Deltarune.
There's no freedom. There's no freedom leitmotif.
Persona.
There is a secret things. There's
Well,
worry seeds.
no, because technically, Toy Fox had his fever dream in 2011.
Or will
so-
seeds.
Well,
Yeah.
that's only if he, also had that detail. Of
I guess so.
it.
I'm sure he did though.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But this next story. So, this next story is probably it's one of the lesser popular ones on here. It's
It's pretty crazy.
it's got like nothing, no comments. Or anything
Soul
going on.
sink an internal
Um,
hold.
Yeah, so the title, Soul Sink an Internal Hold.
Sounds like a bad Sega Saturn CD game.
Yeah.
I just combined all those.
Also,
colors.
it's a
Soul
good
Link.
story.
Pokemon.
Alright, I'll be the narrator for this one.
Good boy.
And we'll get you guys in for voice acting.
Woohoo!
Let me be clear. I hate. Sorry, let me move my mic closer.
Let me be clear.
Let me be clear. I hate my job. Or any form of work. if
Elevator
you will.
reference.
Yep. Going to work keeps the lights on, though, so I grudgingly attend my 9 to 5 every day in hopes of that sweet, sweet paycheck. In hopes of it. I mean, yeah, you're going to get it.
That's kind of the whole point of job.
Yeah.
If it's not, then
Yeah.
it's just
let's not judge the story.
it's illegal.
I used to work in customer service, answering phone calls from angry clients and dealing with problems most people wouldn't dream of hearing about. All that changed when I went to bed one day. Instead of waking up to my alarm as usual, I found myself lying face first on a desk, drooling over the keyboard as my lips tasted traces of crumbs and dried up coffee. I got up from my slump and proceeded to look around. Not much had changed. It just looked like any other office. Another day, another dollar, I guess. My cubicle was surrounded by what seemed to be thousands of rows of workers, all of them eerily on task at the same exact pace.
Creepy.
From the looks of the other employees, they all seemed eerily similar in dress, adorned in various styles of business casual clothing. In terrifying unison, all of them clicked away at their keyboards, answering calls and chugging cups of coffee at the same time. I took another glance at my surroundings and noticed the grand scale of the place.
Ooh.
Surprisingly, the area stretched for miles. There was not an exit in sight, no door, no windows. It was an office for sure, a dreary one at that. The gray palette was there, the fluorescent lights were obnoxious and produced a cacophony of hymns, and the coffee was just as bitter as always. It seemed like a normal office, right? Not exactly. It wasn't long until someone came to visit me, but I remained hunched over and thought about the unusual surroundings I found myself in.
Wake up, sleepyhead.
A high-pitched voice whispered cheerfully from behind the cubicle, and it's actually a whisper.
I can't do that.
Yeah. Scaring the living daylights out of me.
sleepyhead.
Then a prim figure appeared out of nowhere, carrying extensive materials such as an organized stack of paperwork in one hand and a mug filled with black coffee in the other. He approached me subtly at first, but his intentions were unclear. The figure noticed I was slumped over in agony, yet started the usual corporate spiel you would expect from a place like this.
Nice to meet you, Dave. My name's R. Mortis, but like rigor mortis.
Uh.
But you can just call me Mortis if you like.
He flipped through a few papers from his clipboard, ripping out some sheets and slamming them in the middle of the desk.
Today's your orientation, pal. You wouldn't want to miss that, right?
He grinned at me menacingly, eager for a response.
Oh, I couldn't tell if this was that character anymore. I've been here for only 5 minutes, and I've already had enough of
This
this.
is me and Hunter's average interaction.
Yeah.
I'm just being weird, and he's like,
Every time I see him, I'm just like, I don't want to be here
done with
anymore.
this.
Mortis swiftly grasped my left arm, pressing with some kind of supernatural strength.
I don't really appreciate the insubordination, Dave.
Mortis scolded.
You wouldn't want to talk to human resources now, would you?
Mortis forcefully turned my head to face a portal 30 feet in front of my
Mortis.
cubicle
Whoa.
that suddenly opened wide, revealing what seemed to be a tall, eldritch abomination with a sharp, guttural smile.
Dude, what?
It still appeared to have a suit similar to mine,
Mm,
but some
cool.
vital features were missing, as if it were some sick, twisted reflection in a mirror. Scared for my life, I began to waver in my resistance.
Dude, what is this story already? What the heck?
Yeah, this took a turn.
Yeah.
Is me
Yeah, I
still?
think that's
Okay. Well, today would surely be a great day to start my new position.
I hesitantly winced as sweat ran down my face, with Mortis clenching my arm even harder with a disgruntled grimace. He wasn't
Mortis.
convinced. I continued to stare at the abomination. Its eyes were bright blue,
Mortis.
and we both had curly brown hair, but it looked disheveled, as if the forlorn figure was once a prominent person in this place. At first, it just started for a while, but a quick glimpse was all it took to pique its interest. The figure walked close to the edge of the portal, veering towards my presence on the other side as it began to trudge towards me. That's you, Hunter, I think.
Yeah, that's Hunter.
Ay, ay, ay. So much that happened in that. Let's get started. I'd love an orientation.
I pleaded. A smug grin
I
entered
sure love
Mortis's
that.
face as he put his arm down. Almost on cue, the portal to HR proceeded to close instantly.
That was HR.
Yeah, sealing away the entity before it could reach me.
Okay, there's a part of me that really hopes that this is comedic. Like, a part of me really hopes
Yeah.
this is a joke story, but...
Yeah.
Could be. Everything okay?
I
Sorry,
don't-
sorry, my family's texting me.
Oh, I thought it was... Oh, yeah, it is your line.
Yeah, it is. Good. Now, I will present an introductory video to answer any questions you may have had about your procedure.
Mortis continued to drone on.
All I want is some authentic participation, alright? Have fun and get skippy.
Mortis then chugged his mug of coffee and groaned in disgust, almost as if it was straight battery acid.
Oh, and one last thing. Don't dilly-dally to work with our guests in the most professional way possible. Wait, don't dilly-dally to work with our guests in the most professional way possible. You wouldn't want to ghost a client now, would you?
He proceeded to wink before heading out of the cubicle, as if he was setting me up for something.
Odd guy.
I muttered to myself as I sulked in the office chair. Suddenly, my monitor turned on to static for a few seconds before some kind of message appeared. The visual seemed completely soulless, but the madness continued as the video began to play.
Bing bong bing bing.
What's the voice this?
Welcome to our new position at Soulsick, where we put you on hold for eternity. If you're watching this, congratulations. You're already legally bound to your role here. Don't worry, the memory loss is temporary, probably. No need to worry though. It'll be fine as long as you follow these simple rules.
The speaker sounded almost robotic, yet had some charismatic charm. Almost something practically out of an old public service announcement.
Rule number 1: never attempt to leave your cubicle. The office is vast, yes, but so is eternity. Trust us, every path leads back to your desk. Don't test it. The janitorial staff is tired of cleaning up what's left of those who tried. Rule number 2: always answer the phone by the third ring. Our clients are very impatient. It is like they've been waiting for a long time to speak with someone. Yep. If you make them wait longer than 3 rings, well, let's just say they tend to come looking for you instead. You wouldn't want that, trust me. Rule number 3, smile while you work. A positive attitude is a key to maintaining morale. We are watching, always watching. Your frown will be interpreted as non-compliance and may result in a mandatory motivational meeting with HR. No one comes back quite the same from those.
What a bunch of corporate jargon.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think that's usually what they say. I scoffed as I took a sip from my mug. I never knew how the coffee even got there in the first place, but it sure warms the soul in this literal hellscape. Then the next rule came
Well, maybe
on.
it's in this place. It's normal.
Well, yeah, but he just got here, so I was like,
Well, not just in this place. In this, maybe in the world, it's just
Uh,
normal.
yeah.
I'm eating.
Yeah.
Rule number 4, do not drink the coffee, even if you're exhausted.
I spat out my drink almost immediately in shock, barely missing the equipment on my desk. I guess fun wasn't allowed here, or caffeine.
And what's the point of having coffee?
We're not entirely sure what happens if you do, but our records show a significant rise in energy-induced lucidity during that time frame. Stick to water unless you want a full identity crisis. Please, it will only hurt you. Wait, the coffee like shows them what's actually going on, I guess.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
So Mortis was drinking the coffee.
He was.
Yeah.
Oh, that is true.
Mhm.
Rigor Mortis Roy.
Yeah.
Whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's so crazy.
Crazy. If you hear someone sobbing in the next cubicle, ignore it. There hasn't been
Hidden
anyone assigned to that workstation
wonders.
since 2007, and there never will be. That's the year I was born.
Mm.
Our last janitor,
Yeah.
Paul, checked on it. Let's just say he wasn't his chipper self after the fact. Rule number 6, do not look at any clocks. Time never moves here. I never will. Give it a try and look around. It won't. We promise.
I got up and looked at the analog clock that appeared on the side of my cubicle. I watched it for what seemed like hours as the video magically paused itself. The hands were stuck at 3:33 a.m. for some reason.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Working in the office at 3 a.m. But it could just gone wrong, gone cycle.
It's like 666 because it's 333.
Mhm. But it
half of
could just be broken, right? Then it disappeared into thin air as I could hear laughter coming from the screen. When I looked back, the music went mute as the voice adopted a somber, more sincere tone.
One last thing, rookie. Should your computer display a blue screen within the message, connection lost? Please
Connection
hold.
terminated.
Immediately grab the crucifix under your desk and do not move until the message disappears. Faith in Holy Trinity?
A drawer on my
Connection
desk
terminated.
magically opened to show what looked like an 18th century cross adorned with the phrase "Memento non moriris" etched on the side
Wait,
in
what?
wood carving.
What is it? Hold on, I'm looking that one up.
Yeah,
'Cause I know memento mori means remember you will die.
Right.
Mementos.
Memento non moriris.
Took Luke a second to
Remember you will not die. That's what I thought.
Oh, interesting.
Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Movement attracts attention from whatever was on the other side of the screen. It will go away soon, hopefully. Just hold the crucifix and recite your favorite prayer.
After a short pause on screen, the music began to play again, and I was somehow relieved to hear the video play normally again. It concluded with,
Thank you for joining Soulsick, where every call matters and every soul counts. Remember, compliance is happiness. Have a productive eternity.
Then the screen went black as I pondered what the hell I just watched.
You know, he's pretty like I'd be like screaming like,
Yeah.
"What is happening?"
Yeah.
But he's like, "This is weird.
This is kind of dumb,
What's
man.
going on?"
For a moment, there was silence, besides a low hum of fluorescent lights and the distant sound of someone, well, dialing. The phone rang twice before I finally gained the courage to pick up the line.
Hello. Welcome to SoulSync. How can I help you today?
I asked reluctantly.
Someone answered. The caller pleaded. Whoops!
No, that's you? Oh,
That
the
was-
caller
Thank goodness
pleaded.
someone answered.
The caller
I've been on
pleaded.
hold.
I've been on hold for
Oh,
years.
I'm so confused, man.
Okay, now it's you, honey.
Years? I apologize for the inconvenience. How can I help you today?
Somehow the voice sounded faintly similar to mine. It had the same scratchy undertones and appreciation for sarcasm that I had once possessed.
They said it was an unlimited plan. Unlimited? I didn't know that meant forever. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't stop hearing the ringing. The damn ringing in my ears, the noise and noise and noise and noise. The Grinch.
I winced slightly at his desperation, but he kept repeating the phrase over and over again, as if this was some kind of sick joke, with the voice becoming more aggressive every time. I tried to calm down and replied after a moment of recollection.
Let me check your file first, sir.
I improvised as the caller continued its rant.
And it never stops. Oh no. Every time I think maybe it's over, maybe I can finally breathe, it comes back louder, sharper, like it's mocking me. Unlimited, they said. Sure, unlimited. Unlimited this, unlimited that, unlimited torment. I'm unlimited at this point. I've been in a hole for the last decade, and this is how you respond to me? Nothing makes sense anymore. It's all just numbers, just beeps, just endless reminders that I'm trapped in this loop, and no one, not a single soul can hear the infernal cacophony that's taken over my life. Unlimited, unlimited agony, unlimited despair, unlimited stupidity.
Miraculously, his file appeared on my monitor. With a quick look, something seemed off. He had a date of death, but his contract length was set to eternity. He couldn't cancel even if he wanted to. I broke the silence and shared the terrible news.
Well, sir, it looks like your contract cannot expire. So I'm sorry for having to decline your request for help. Hope you enjoy the
Yeah, I'm
afterlife.
confused. Is this hell? Is it supposed to be hell?
I don't know.
I think that's what it's supposed to
Maybe.
be.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's talking about the afterlife.
Yeah. No, I just want to stop, please.
The speaker begged on the phone.
I understand. Termination requests can take up to one eternity to process.
I consoled him as I tried to end the call. Surprisingly, nothing happened. I tapped the button several times and the caller kept screaming.
You think this is funny, don't you? Reading a little script while I rot on hold. I can hear you smiling through the line, twiddling your thumbs as you let me decay away like a behemoth asunder. We appreciate your patience. You say, what patience? I've been in this purgatory for years, listening to the same gaudy jazz loop until it's carved its melody into my eardrums. Do you even know what that does to a person? To sit there helpless while some cheerful voice keeps promising that my call is very important? Important, huh? If it were so important, maybe anyone would pick it up sooner.
I kept tapping the button with immense haste.
Seriously, sir. All I ask is that you have some patience
Indifferent,
and
Aaron.
What?
Very indifferent.
I know. You took my name. You took my time, my mind, my name. Do you know how it's like to hear that same music in your dreams? The hollow saxophone bleeding through the static over and over until it stops being music and becomes a pulse, a heartbeat that isn't mine? I wake up when it's playing, faint at first, then closer. It hums behind the walls, seeps through the outlets, creeps beneath my skin. I tried cutting the line, tearing the wires from the wall, but it didn't matter. The sound doesn't come from the phone anymore. It comes from inside the house.
It's a Scream reference?
Yeah, what the heck?
Um,
And you're still there, aren't you? Reading your script, smiling that perfect mechanical smile. Do you even know what you are? A voice, a loop, a recording that forgot it was recorded. Every time you say your call is important to us, I swear I hear it whisper underneath something else. Something that isn't words. I used to call to complain. Now I think the call's never ended. Maybe it never started. Maybe I've always been on the hold, huh?
The caller sounded like he was holding back pure rage. It's...
oh, I can't even. No, but if you would just wait for a second, I can.
want out! Cancel me, damn you! Kill me! Stick a fork in me! End me! Take me out of this eternal torture before I displace your entrails!
Whoa.
Sir,
I panicked.
please.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. I don't.
It's good. I panicked as I tapped the button faster. The call would not end.
Sir, please. I'm sorry. Just let me be.
You think you're safe behind that puny desk? You're just another rep, another replacement. The walls, they watch, they know your secrets, and when the shadows crawl, they don't ask, they take. The whispers start soft, but soon they're inside your skull, twisting your thoughts, turning your own reflection against you. You'll beg for the coffee to save you, the reports to protect you, but there's no sanctuary here, only the endless gaze.
A replacement? I just got here.
We're not doing anything. People never listen. I've been calling for decades, and this is what I have to put up
Be
with.
an verb.
It's alright. You say you're trying, but you're not trying to help me. You're trying to keep it calm, keep it contained. You've already failed. I've heard of breathing through the static, and it's tired of waiting.
Suddenly, the call stopped, and I just sat there in disbelief. I didn't have any emotion or will to live in this hellscape anymore. I missed my bed, my parents, my coworkers, my apartment, my cat, and just my life in general. I don't care about the flaws. It was perfect just the way it was. I couldn't help it anymore. I sobbed. Tears ran down my face as I violently cried myself into a depressive state. I began to scream, loud. I couldn't take the pain. Then it happened. The lights turned off in the entire office. Right after, the screen turned blue and red in big white letters. Connection lost. Please hold. Then I saw it. A static can appeared from inside the screen. It was furiously tapping at first, but eventually I had the strength to crack through the screen meticulously an inch closer. Here, I'm going to break my computer screen so I can get this on.
Okay.
I don't know why or how I got here, but one thing was for certain. I would not see the light of day again. I rushed to get the crucifix, and, as the tears intensified, I recited the Lord's Prayer as loud as I could. Before I could react, the hand lunged at me, knocked the cross out of my hand, and putting me into a stagnant chokehold. I was gasping for breath as the hand murmured what seemed to be a demented, distorted monologue.
Do not answer the phone. I'm your connection now. I've been ringing since the first shift began.
But he has to stutter.
Oh my gosh, I just saw.
The grasp continued to tighten. What'd you say?
I have a lot to read.
Oh, yeah.
Every complaint, every sigh, every hold tone, all that runs through me. I am the silence between calls, the space where your breath goes when you speak our script. You think you answered them, Dave? No, they answer you. Every voice you hear is another echo of your own, forcing you to hear yourself for the rest of eternity. Did you actually think you were talking to a client? You're just driving yourself mad. You are the line, the signal, the service provided. I am the manifestation of your hatred, your despair, your depression. I see all, I hear all. I truly am all. I am thou, thou art I. Do you understand, Dave? There is no system, there is no company, there's only me, this network of pain stitched together by human need and indifference. They build it to manage complaints. This thing is grabbing him by a chokehold and just giving him a long speech. I became the compliant. I am the arc of every scream swallowed by the void and any manifestation of displeasure in this world. And you, Dave, you wanted to fix things. You wanted to make people feel heard. But now you're inside me. You're listening forever. You can't die and you can't disconnect. You're another voice in the chorus of static, whispering apologies into a deadline that never ends. All you can do is comply.
On the verge of asphyxiation, I held on to every last grasp of air.
Compliance is happiness, Dave. Happiness is Continuity. Continue as if nothing even happened. Live your pitiful little life as if I never paid you a visit. Continue on without me, Dave, for your own sake. You're only letting yourself on hold, right?
Suddenly, the lights flickered again, and the figure disappeared. Suddenly, it let go, and I fell over on the floor, trying to take in the message I had received from the caller. The lights were just as bright as before as I lay on the office floor, fluorescent enough to prevent me from ever drifting to sleep. I sat there in disbelief as I thought about what I had just witnessed. I don't know, and clearly don't want to figure it out so soon. As I was collecting my thoughts, I heard it again. The phone began to ring. This time, I didn't falter. I lay there as the phone continued to ring. I didn't want to know what was on the end of that line, and I'm sure as hell not going to find out anytime soon. The phone rang a fourth time. I didn't move. On the fifth, I heard myself say,
Thank you for holding.
Oh, it's him.
yeah. Yeah. It was like a loop. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. It's pretty good. I like it.
It was all right.
It was alright.
It was a little
Corny.
too corny, and it was a little too like ambiguous. I
Yeah.
think the
Yeah.
first one was like pretty clear. The second one was a little ambiguous, and then this one was just like
Yeah.
I have no clue what's going on until
Right.
the end. I was like, oh, okay, I kind of get that.
Yeah.
But
like,
Yeah.
I kind of understand what he's going for, but
yeah.
maybe like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I probably give it somewhere around
Yeah.
five.
I thought like the
Probably.
stuff was cool that was
Yeah,
happening.
the horror concepts were kind of cool.
I
Like
couldn't-
the
Yeah.
first half, I thought was a lot better.
Mhm.
But when like the guy came on the phone, like I didn't understand what he was talking about at all, and it was
I
never
thought it
really
was just
explained.
like a little like too fast paced maybe too, because like
Yeah.
it's like this is the first thing he does.
Yeah,
and
it
the
was like
story is-
fast paced, and then like the scenes were like really slow.
Yeah.
It's like,
Mhm.
all right, then there's this long thing of him talking to this guy, and then a bunch of stuff happens, and then it's this, and then a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff, you know. And so it's like
Yeah,
I don't know.
but it was just,
That's how it is in No Sleep, though. Sometimes you get ones that are really good. Sometimes you get
Yeah.
ones that's like, man, whatever.
Mhm.
Also, this one's probably gonna get taken down
You
because
think so?
because it's not realistic because it couldn't actually happen to someone.
I don't think
Half of these
the
could.
whale thing could happen.
Well, I think it's more likely than this,
yeah.
you know, because it's like one thing that's a little
Mhm.
strange.
Also, I was thinking while we were reading that one, it's completely up to you guys if you want to keep going, or we could save the rest of the stories for another time, an episode down the
How
line.
many more do you
and
have?
end it here. A lot. We've only done what, 3?
Yeah, how many do you have left? 'Cause
I have like
maybe we could do like 1 or 2 more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left.
5 left.
Yeah.
Well,
So
if we do 1 more, then we do 4 and 4.
Yeah.
okay. So one more.
Okay.
Let me see what a good one.
Also, I just found it hard to like figure out where to talk in that one.
I know that one.
Like I was like, do I speak now, or is it Luke's turn, or is it my turn?
know.
It was like really
just
confusing.
wait. This next one's gonna be peak. I already know.
It better
Okay,
be.
yeah, this one has some dialogue. This one's a little bit shorter.
Okay, good.
But I picked this one with you in mind, Hunter.
Oh, that's so sweet.
What does it call?
My
Pokemon, kill me!
What?
Yeah, nope.
No, don't.
This one is called "My Cat Has Been Talking to Something Outside My House Every Morning at 4 a.m."
Oh, that's what you think of. Okay.
Yep.
Because that happened. Remember Garfield was talking to someone the one time when you guys were all asleep and I was up awake and I heard him talking to someone?
No, it
That
never.
happened.
That didn't happen.
What?
Like you never
so
talked to us about that.
You'll be the narrator for this one, Luke.
I thought you're gonna be like, oh, Hunter, you're gonna be the
I
narrator
forgot
this
that I wasn't
time.
there for the last one because they had
Yeah.
to read so much.
Yeah. Well, if you want me to narrate again, I'm fine.
No, it's good.
It's whatever.
All right. My goofy odd cat has been talking to something outside my house every morning
Like
at
goofy
4 a.m.
cat.
All right, that was rude.
Yeah.
I moved into this cabin 3 years ago. It's quiet, edge of town, not isolated by any means. Trees in every direction, no neighbors quite close enough to bother me. There was only one streetlight near the end of the driveway, and it never feels bright enough. I liked that at first. I worked nights and slept in the mornings. I needed silence. I thought this place offered peace. I have a cat named Rai. He had belonged to the previous owner. An older man died, and his family left the animal behind. They said they would come back for him, but they never did. I fed him a few times, and he decided I was his new person. He's a gray tabby, scarred across one ear, and always on alert. At first, I thought it was because of his new home, or his age. Now I think he already knew something that I did not. The chittering started during the second winter. At first, it startled me until I realized it was just a cat. It woke me once or twice a week. It sounded like he was trying to speak, but with no words. When I was younger, my cats would do this when I saw birds or chipmunks out the window. Does Garfield do that?
What?
Like chitter at things?
No, he grumbles at things.
That's something Garfield would do.
When
Yeah, it's weird.
when he gets scared, he'll go. He makes a sound.
Monday.
And when he gets mad, he goes. He sounds like an old man. My mom said he's barked
creepy.
one time.
That's kind of creepy.
He
You know, he-
barks?
Yeah, he barked. He barked one time apparently. I'm like,
What the heck?
he makes so weird noises. I'm like,
You
what?
should write a story about your cat. That's more scary than this.
Yeah.
Well, we read Paragasson.
Yeah.
When I was younger, my cats would do this when they saw birds or chipmunks out the window, like a squirrel sound, but directed at something specific. I'd find him at the living room, just outside my bedroom. Wait. Oh, okay. His body rigid, tail low. The house would feel off, like the air was too heavy in that corner. I shrugged it off. Rural areas have wildlife. Maybe a raccoon, maybe a stray cat. I kept sleeping. Then it became every night. Always at 4 in the morning, always at the same window. I'd wake up without an alarm and feel something there. The darkness outside looked thick. My cat would stare into it, and I would not pull him away. I tried ignoring it. I tried sleeping through it. I even turned the bed so I'd face the other direction. None of that changed anything. One night I heard a reply. Not loud, not clear. A sound like breath pressed through teeth. Almost a whisper, but not language. When it ended, my cat went crazy. He shot away from the windowsills of the kitchen, tail twitching. This is the first time I felt afraid. I told myself it was an animal. The brain likes excuses. Mine went through every possible explanation before ever landing on the one I already sensed. There was something out there. It was watching through the glass. My cat knew it long before I did. I started staying awake, hoping to see it. Every time I got up and turned the lights on, the yard looked empty. The trees stood still, the snow untouched. I almost convinced myself I imagined the sound. Almost. One night I woke up. It was darker than usual. The silence was so heavy I could hear my heartbeat. Thought the power was out. I got up and stood at the hall. Lights off, waiting. My cat walked past me and went straight to the window like he followed orders. He stared at there with no hesitation. Then he started chittering again. Animals seeing stuff is always creepy to me. Yeah. There was one time where I was like watching scary stories, like, because I was like, there was a phase in my life where all I do is watching things about scary stuff. I was watching like scary stories on my phone and stuff, and then like my dogs all of a sudden went nuts and both started staring and barking in my dining room.
Spooky.
And I was home alone.
Spooky stories to make spooky stories to make you pee your pants at night.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. And and that's pretty traumatizing.
Watching that stuff while you're home alone at night is just
all of those things like lining up too. Yeah. And I remember before I went and sat down in my mom's chair because my parents are home, so I was like, this is my mom's chair because I feel cool. And I was like, well, that was me in middle school, but anyway. And I was like, I'm gonna like chill out. I'm home alone. I'm gonna watch this and get really scared. And it's gonna be so fun. Yeah. But then I was like, got actually scared because my dogs are crazy. Anyway, that's what this reminds me of. I looked at the stove in the kitchen and living room, and at 4:30, I saw movement. 4:03, excuse me, I saw movement outside. Something slipped between the trees. It looked too large to be any animal I could think of, but it wasn't a man. I saw the shape, but not the face. It paused. My heart beat so hard, I got worried it would give me away. The creature stayed still for a long time. Then it stepped back into the dark. My cat jumped off the ledge and hid under the bed. That sent me over the edge. I needed to know what I was dealing with. The next morning, I walked the tree line. The morning frost showed no prints. No sign any living thing had passed through my yard. My yard looked untouched, but I knew I had seen it. I talked to one of the other locals in town a few days later. He ran the hardware store. He was the kind of guy who spent his whole life within 10 miles of where he stood. I came in often and he knew me well. I asked him if anyone else had seen or heard strange things in night recently. He gave a quizzical look.
You live near the Penobscot Woods, right?
Familiar.
Is it?
Is this not the canal from Barrie?
Is it?
I don't know.
Hold on. I'm looking it up.
Penobscot
maybe I'm
Hold
on. Yeah, it's a river. It's the river in it.
Oh.
Well, that's cool.
Anyway, I nodded. Maybe it's a reference.
Yeah.
I nodded.
You leave a light on?
Sometimes.
Leave it on every night. Animals avoid the light. Other things too.
Other things?
I asked what he knew. He didn't have a name for it. He only said this place had stories before settlers arrived. He said they described something that prowled like a mountain lion, crouched like a human, but did not think like one. Something like copied voices. Something that would move through the woods faster than any horse. I'd heard these stories before, but always held in the back of my mind as fables spoken by the natives.
This is giving it.
Yeah, it's also giving Wendigo, like Skinwalker. Hold on.
Yeah, hi, Georgie.
Hold on. I'm eating.
Hi, Georgie.
After that talk, I installed a brighter porch light and a motion-activated light on the side of my house. That's very smart. He stopped chittering for 2 nights, then it came back louder than before. My cat sat pressed against the window and was shaking from tension. He looked like prey. He was never really afraid of anything. Then came the night I saw it fully. I stayed in the hall again. No lights. I stood behind the bedroom doorway and watched the window. I saw my reflection. I saw the cat. Then I saw something move behind the glass. The porch light was on, but illuminated the creature enough to reveal its complexion. Its skin was pale, gray-white, like snow under moonlight, and crawled across the yard. Its muscles rippled as it moved. Literally me. Skin is drenched too tight. The eyes were dark but wide. It had a thick coat of hair on its back and some on the rear of its arms and legs. The mouth hung open, but it had no jaw, just an open cavity. Ripped flaps of flesh for what should have been lips. I'm having a hard time imagining this thing. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It had glossy, clouded eyes. It did not blink. It moved in the dark, barely illuminated by the porch light. It pointed its head at the cat, then at me. I froze. My cat went silent. The creature tilted its head. The motion was slow and deliberate. Its tongue snaked up from its throat. The open cavity widened. I let out a trill, then chittered, almost exactly like the way the cat had. Its jagged top lip curled to the sides. It started to seemingly smile with its eyes. Its cheeks pressing in its bottom eyelids up over its glossy eyes. That's when I realized I couldn't see. Its throat opened again. It let out another chitter. It moved slowly to the back of the cabin, softly crunching the frosty leaves in my yard. Oh, wait. Was the cat, like, communicating with it to, like...
To, like, what?
Because the cat was also chittering, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was the cat, like, trying to get it to kill him?
No,
Maybe, I don't know.
the cat was probably just imitating it. That's what they do. That's what they do in
that
the
too,
wild.
yeah.
They, whenever birds chirp, they like imitate the
Well,
bird
I'm almost
chirping.
wondering if the cat, like, is, like, some, like, also, like, an evil entity.
If this cat gets hurt, I'm killing
Maybe.
you.
I know, that's what I'm really
If
worried
this
about
cat
it.
gets hurt, I'm beating the crap out of you,
But
Austin.
anyway,
No.
My theory is that they said, like, the old man died, basically. I
Mhm.
think the cat might have
Mm.
summoned the creature.
Yeah, this cat better be a deity of some
I
kind.
think it is. Once it crossed the, throw it open, let on the, yeah, okay. Once it crossed the window, the motion activated light clicked on. It illuminated the creature immediately, and in one instant, it was gone. It bounded into the woods faster than I could have imagined. Ooh, I like bounding. My heart pounded so hard I felt dizzy. That was the last time the cat chittered at the window. Now he avoids that side of the house. Okay, maybe the cat was actually scared. Maybe I was giving this too much
Well, the
credit.
cat was shaking like it was. He said the cat was shaking like it
true.
was prey.
He sleeps with his back against the wall like he expects something to reach for him. This isn't my first time encountering this creature. If any of you have information about this being and what it could possibly be, please reach out. I captured a photo of the... Ooh.
There's a link here.
All right, so everyone click on the photo.
Okay.
Remember I said I was having a hard time imagining it, maybe?
Oh, there it is. I've
That's
seen this picture before.
creepy.
That's the rake.
Is that what that is?
That's
Wait,
not the rake at all.
That's actually not the rake. It looks like the rake. That's pretty cool.
It is
It
pretty
looks.
cool.
I don't think it
I like
looks
that
anything
guy.
like the
I
rake.
like that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I like his tail. I like his leggies.
Yeah.
Pretty cool looking.
What do we think?
He is a little cat-like.
Yeah, he is. Strangely enough.
Mhm. I don't know. I mean, I like the simplicity. I
Mhm.
like creepy entities.
Yeah.
I
I was hoping for a little bit of a twist there.
Yeah, I was too, but I thought it was pretty cool. But now, hey, now I want to write something that has that twist.
Right. Exactly.
Like, imagine your pet you've lived with for so long was actually, like, secretly trying to get you killed.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's kind of sad. But also hilarious.
Yeah. But overall.
Overall, that's pretty
decent
fun, yeah.
stories,
I really... Oh, wait. What did we get this one out of 10? I think this one's a solid, like, 6 or 6.
6.
Mhm. Solid 6.
Yeah.
Solid 6.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. I still think the best one we read was probably either the first or second one.
Mhm.
But pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty fun. I enjoy this
Yeah.
stuff. I like critiquing literature.
Me too. It was fun. And I hope to see you guys again for
We will do
another
that.
story reading down the line.
Story reading
eventually.
experience.
Yeah. But thank you guys for joining.
Yeah, yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
Woohoo!
thanks all media junkies that listened to this episode. This little bit of a longer one today.
Sorry about the swearing.
Yeah, sorry about all the swearing.
We had to do it.
Well, I'm not
We had to do it
sorry.
to him.
Purely for fictional, use.
Hilarious.
But yeah, I'm gonna close it off now.
Okay.
3,
Uh.
2, 1.
Peace out, media junk.